All right, everyone, it is time. It's the moment that I've been waiting for. I hope you all have been waiting for too. We've got the start of a Donkey Kong Country block, starting with Donkey Kong Country 2. And we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ryan Ford in the flesh. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hey, y'all. So, as introduced, I'm Ryan Ford. I'm going to be running Donkey Kong Country 2. Any percent. So we can get the timer started. I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, thanks for the good luck, everybody. Yeah, so starting off, for World 1 and 2, it's not too much to talk about outside of the levels that have wrong warps. If the levels don't have a wrong warp, like this one, then we take the dev-intended warps, like so. There is one slightly faster strat in that first level. When you're going in those doors, you can do a trick called fast doors, where you kind of roll into the door and let go of your D-pad so that you don't auto-walk into the door, because your roll speed is faster than your walking speed. So here, I'm doing a wrong warp by moving the warp barrel that's actually invisible and underneath the level, by doing a beetle clash and getting what's called an invisible object. And with it, you're able to wrong warp out of that level. It saves about 4 seconds versus taking the intended warp. So that's another intended warp for this third level. And fourth level here, I'm going to be trying to do a trick called Luckjaw right here. Alright, I got it. So you're able to jump into that warp barrel instead of dropping down and doing a team throw to get it. That trick actually is fairly hard because if you roll off of a ledge and touch a wall, then you drop straight down. So you won't be able to reach unless you kind of wiggle in between the open space. So here's another weird beetle clash. Again, to get another visible object to wrong warp out of topsail. That one's actually fairly difficult as well, but it does only save like 4 seconds compared to just taking the intended warp too. So now here we've got Crow 1. This is the biggest instance of RNG for the run. So the third and fourth cycle, he'll bonk into the tree, or bonk into the nest, and it's 50% chance to drop a real egg or a fake egg. And I got no fakes, so perfect luck. Actually pretty surprised, honestly, because, you can get, like, as many fakes as he feels like giving you. So I've had as high as like 14 fakes in a fight. So you never know. Alright, and so here's another invisible object that I got through a trick called Clobber Busting. So I loaded certain objects on the screen in a certain order. And then dropped that chest onto the barrel and made both clash into each other. And kind of grabbed nothing to get it. There I did a trick called, what do we call it? Team Throw Super Jump, also known as the Big Boy. So when you throw your partner into an enemy, and then when they're coming back to you, if you jump, let go of the jump button, and then re-press and hold the jump button, then you can get a second jump in midair with the team throw. So I jumped off the hook and did a second jump afterwards to be able to get it. And here, nothing special, just another intended warp. But we do want to end the level with Dixie, because whenever you get these fanfares, Dixie's guitar solo is faster than Diddy's rap by about, like, 3 seconds. So we want to end pretty much all boss fights, and any intended fanfares that we need to get. You always want to be Dixie for those. Also, 2K hype. So yeah, another intended warp. So, nothing really fancy to note there. And this level as well. Pretty much trying to optimize my movement with rolls because, as I said earlier, rolling is faster than running. So, you want to roll and jump as much as you can because at the end of your roll, your Kongs will stop. They'll come to a full stop at the end of the roll animation, but if you cancel the roll with a jump, then you won't end up stopping. So want to roll and jump as much as you can. Obviously, within the confines of not getting hit, though. So now Cleaver, there is a bit of RNG in this fight. Where these cannonballs spawn, they can drop into a random position. Doesn't really lose much time between like best luck and worst luck though. It's like probably like frames. So there I did a trick called Lava Fly. So if you jump correctly, you can just barely fly all the way across the lava and skip having to wait for Cleaver to come out of the lava and then try to attack you from the left side. And then have the hooks come down and then jump all the way across to get that cannonball. So instead you can fly all the way across and reach that cannonball faster. And, oh man, I had a little bit of hiccups there. I was trying to add more things to say, but it's fine. Moving on to World 3, so I've got Barrel Bayou. So now we're going to be doing full levels. For any level that doesn't have a wrong work, pretty much. Because there's no more dev-intended works. So here we've got our animal buddy, Ramby. So community either loves Ramby or hates Ramby. So I'm on the camp of there's a global emote called Heck Ramby. So I'm on that camp because he loves to kill runs sometimes. You know, and Anakaz, thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, so I did a team throw into that barrel because here I'm going to take a damage boost. And with it, because I team throw into the barrel, it kind of gives you a super jump when you take a hit. So Dixie can get enough height to fly up and hover across the swamp there. So instead of taking that slow auto-scrolling barrel underneath, it actually saves like a lot more time than it looks too. So now I've got Swimmer's Galleon. This level is actually pretty hard to optimize because even though it's like pure swimming, yeah, like I'm slowing down here even right now, but still cut corners well and not like bonk into walls and stuff. You lose a lot of speed if you like touch corners when you're trying to cut corners and stuff. So like between like a top runner and like a mid-level runner, like you can very easily like lose like 4 seconds compared to like someone who's like really good at this level. So normally when starting the level, you want to start with just solo Dixie because having 2 Kongs in some spots causes extra lag. So you want to get Diddy around where that DK barrel was just before I got hit. That's where you want to actually get Diddy. But for marathon safety, I just got Diddy at the start because it doesn't really save that much time over lag. And also, if I make a mistake, then I don't want to die, you know? Yo, community's coming in deep. Really glad for it. And yeah, so next up, so I did lose Dixie, so I need to get her back right here. So this level, Crockhead, admittedly kills more of my runs than I like to admit. It's pretty easy to just kind of like fall off like into the swamp, and then there's gonna be a wrong warp around where the mid barrel is, right here, that I'm gonna try to do. It's one of the newer wrong warps as well, so I don't know the exact mechanics behind it, but something to do with the Cutlass raising his swords changes certain ID values. But if you damage Dixie and shoot out of the barrel as Cutlass is raising his swords, it can cause you to wrong warp out of the level. I think it saves about 25 seconds compared to doing the level warpless, so it's a pretty big save. Now next up we got Rattled Battle. Yeah, community members either like love or hate this level as well. For myself, honestly I'm pretty like impartial. Like, I don't know, it's like a decent level, I think. I think I'm like alright at it at least, so it's probably why I don't really hate it. But yeah, optimally, or if you want to like optimize the level, it's just easier to honestly just copy like a top runner's like run. So with Ratley, you want to be in the air as much. Whoops! You want to be in the air as much as possible because his movement when he's grounded is way slower than him being in the air. So you want to try to just jump as much as possible. And next up, we got Slime Climb. So I might be a bit quiet for this level. So CJ, if you want to take over for a bit. Oh, oops.
Sure thing. Well, we obviously want you to do well at that slime and the climb. I just want to remind everyone that we have a couple of great donation incentives open right now. We have Fear goes for all the swag strats and going commando. That is, I believe we're about $100 away from that. So get your donations in. He is going to go for all the crazy stuff. That was beautiful, by the way.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Anything else you want to read off?
No, we have nothing else. Give me something to read, people.
Yeah, definitely get donations in. I assume there's an exclamation point donate command. I don't know for a fact though. If anyone wants to try it out.
There you go, it worked.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, this level, Bramble Blast, I'm sure that most people love the music in this level. So yeah, there was some previous strats there called, so there's quick shots. So if a barrel is facing in the direction that you already want to be going, then you have about 3 frames for most of them to shoot out of the barrel as soon as you enter it. Instead of having to wait for it to rotate. Here I did a vine clip, which I think it saves like 8 seconds over not going for it, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I did another big boy, which if you get enough height, you can just barely clip through the vine and team throw to pass through. So now I've got Cudgel. So this is about 1.5 minutes of like nothing happening. So I hope somebody's giving CJ something to read.
I'm hoping. I'm waiting. You know, I'm refreshing.
All right, soon, TM. Yeah, so there's a slight optimization you can do where if you stand in the middle and let Cudgel come down, you can walk behind him and use the back of Dixie's hitbox when she's throwing to hit Cudgel pretty much as soon as he lands to save some frames. If you mess up, you have to do that cycle again, so... Oh, whoops. Yeah, you have to do that cycle again, which can lose, like, upwards of 10 seconds if you miss. And it saves, like, roughly, like, 20 frames, like, per cycle, so it's kind of risky. So yeah, I've messed up a few times, but I've at least not had an extra cycle so far. Alright, cool. I didn't jinx it either. So yeah, yet again, ending with Dixie, because it's faster to get out of the level. So next up, Hornet Hole. So World 4, I find some levels are fairly difficult in this world. Some are kind of easy, and then some are kind of hard. So there's like a bit of like breathers in between, which is quite nice. This level's not one of them though. So yeah, we've got honey introduced. So if you're standing on the honey, you get stuck, and you need to jump to be able to move. And there's honey on the walls. You can climb vertically. So there I did a damage boost to get over. To get up above to get Squitter, or community also calls them shoes. And now here's a trick called the Scrolly Scroll. So you're able to make the camera freak out when you mount onto Squitter while hanging onto the hook. For whatever reason, then the camera starts scrolling really fast to the right if you're moving to the right. To make it stop, though, I had to take damage there as well. And I'm back to being Dixie, but gonna do a goal swap here. So goal swaps, if you have an airborne state from mostly from like being shot out of barrels, kind of gives you this like slightly airborne state. So if you swap Kongs on a goal, then it'll trigger the goal right away and also swap your order. And with most levels, you want to be Diddy instead of Dixie because he actually runs faster than she does. Though of course she has the benefit of the hover though. So yeah, target terror, another auto scroller. So again, if there's anything to read off,
we actually got stuff now. We have $4.20, nice, from Pidge, and it says 1. So thank you, Pidge. We also have $15 from Anonymous that says Mechanos is World 3. So let me tell you something. I don't know a ton about what y'all do behind closed doors in the donkey community, but I know those two things are true. 1 and Mechanos is World 3.
Thank you. There might end up being a heated debate in chat about Mechanos. I'm on the World 3 camp though. Also, shout out to
now
Pidge.
I am too.
Yeah, shout out to Pidge as well. The long time homie. Actually, yeah, we hung out like about a week ago, so it's always great. Always great to see people.
Nice.
Yeah, haven't seen like many people for like a couple years at this point because, well, COVID, right?
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, Sean Cass in chat too. Yeah, he came to visit Toronto, so we were all hanging together. All right, so this level is pretty tough. Ramble Scramble. So there's a wrong warp that saves a ton of time. So I think I'm gonna get it. I used a little easier strat called Hippo's Corner to line myself up a little better. But yeah, you do a really weird beetle clash by jumping onto like the slope of the bramble, and for whatever reason it like makes you automatically turn around. And if you let go of the Y button and repress it during that time, then you drop the beetle and get an invisible object. I have no idea why it works, I just know how to do it, pretty much. So yeah, Rickety Race, another auto-scroller, but this one, well, first off, it's like going, the level's going really fast, so can be kind of nerve-wracking just from like the speed, especially after grabbing that boost barrel. So you want to actually be holding forward, you actually do go a little bit faster when you're holding it on the D-pad in this level. And also jumping down slopes saves time. Jumping up slopes loses time in this one though. So those are the important techs. And yeah, aside from that, you really don't want to bump into any of the racers because there's a chance if you kill them later in the level, then you might bounce off of them and then fall into a pit. So it's like the most important parts. So yeah, so far pretty clean. Next up is another nerve-wracking level, which might have seen me practicing this a ton. Mudhole Marsh. So yeah, a lot of top runners will probably have this level within their like top 3 or top 5 hardest levels to do in this category. Just that trying to go fast without dying is like pretty hard because it's very easy to just fall into a pit at any point. So for marathon safety, I'm not going to roll under the level here. Because you can roll under and skip that mid barrel, but I don't know. It's kind of a tight, roll. So it's very easy to be a little bit short and then bonk into the wall and just fall into the swamp and die. So here comes another wrong warp. There's like way too much to talk about for how to do this, so I can't even like explain honestly in a run. Like there's so many steps to like how to do that wrong warp. But it does involve a beetle clash and moving the camera in certain ways to load certain things in a certain order. And using the cannonball to wrong warp instead of getting a bonus. Oh, whoops. So now I was trying to do a big boy to do a huge skip in this level. So I wanted to grab the hook underneath. Well, instead I did a backup strat there. And grab some honey that you're kind of not intended to. Which, it actually skips a lot of, like, the intended route for this level. Like, even just getting the backup. Getting the backup's kind of tight, too, because it's weird. You have to kind of, like, roll for a very small amount and then jump, and you have, like, slightly more height. Alright, so here's Ramby again. Part 2. I tried to show off death jump. Alright, cool, I got it. I was a little nervous about that, because that trick actually doesn't save much time, but, you know, you're dead if you miss, basically. So either if you jump too early, then the camera won't scroll down, so when you fall down, it'll still be a pit, and you'll just end up dying. And if you jump too late, then you just run into the pit and die, basically. Alright, so now we've got King Zing. Alright, despite this fight being kind of easy, I honestly, like, make mistakes a lot in this fight. So, I'm playing on version 1.1 for this game, for this category, and King Zing, whoops, speaking of mistakes. Yeah, so King Zing, he actually moves faster in version 1.1, which is relevant because you do slightly different strats depending on the version that you're playing. So, we play on 1.1 for any percent because pretty much all the wrong warps work on this version. And then version 1.0 is optimal for 102% and warpless as well. Because there's some other tricks that are 1.0 specific, but a lot of those wrong warps I've been doing will crash the game on version 1.0. And so, what the devs did for version 1.1 is that things that would cause the game to crash, usually they just make you, they eject you out of the level, so that's what makes the wrong warps work instead. And also, most of the wrong warps don't count as the level being complete. So if you revisit the level, you won't end up being able to press start and select to exit out like you normally would on a completed level. And I think it doesn't count for percent completion either. So yeah, this level's quite a nice breather after a bunch of like pretty intense levels for World 4. So yeah, kind of just roll and move, and yeah, you can get under that that cloak there. Whoops. Or the alternate strat you can do for that cloak is to move back to the left and scroll him off of the screen to despawn him, which is safer but very slightly slower. So yeah, next up we got Haunted Halt. So I've got these plus barrels and minus barrels, which plus barrels will add to your timer, and then minus barrels drop your timer. So when you reach 0, then you get attacked by that ghost. And so optimizing this level, jumping up or down slopes is faster than riding up them. And if you're going straight when you jump, then it also loses time. So you only want to jump when you like need to jump when you're going straight. And yeah, with that, yeah, CJ, if there's anything you want to say.
Yeah, we got something. Hang on. It's loading. It's thinking about it. New tech. All right, we got a $10 donation from Anankaz. Good luck on the donkey block runs, Ryan and Blue. Greetings from international waters. P.S. Mechanos is definitely World 4.
I knew it.
He couldn't contain himself.
I knew it. Yo, thanks, Anankaz. It's quite the legend, especially for DKC3.
Yeah, we've been talking with Anankaz for the next video.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, almost through this level. I know the timer hit 0 there, but it wasn't close. So yeah, next level, Gusty Glade. So there actually is a hot new wrong warp in this level, which I have not learned yet. It saves, I was told it saves about 5 to 7 seconds. Oh, whoops. And, yeah, so without it, pretty much just gonna play the level warpless. So yeah, I definitely don't want to lose Diddy, for the most part in this level, because, since Dixie's run speed is slower, and when the wind is, like, pushing against her, it, like, slows her down a lot, so... it loses a lot more time when you, lose Diddy in this level in general. And, yeah, there's some parts where you kind of have to, like, wait out the wind cycles, like right here. Because, yeah, the wind... Where the wind blows is not random. For certain parts of the level, it is cycle-based. So, just kind of gotta wait for it to start blowing forward to, go max speed. And yeah, another Congo swap, or goal swap, but there's a way to do it a little faster, but if you mess it up, you'll end up getting the fanfare, and it loses a lot of time if you end up missing it. So I have been working on the faster strat, but I'm not comfortable enough to go for it in Marathon. Alright, so there's a bit of a mistake. So this level is like one of the most visually appealing levels. Generally to watch, because usually you want to fall down without using these parrots. Unfortunately, since I got hit, I gotta take the parrots for a bit, though. Unfortunately, when I was trying to jump after I rolled off of that ledge, what did I do? When I rolled off of that ledge, then I got... I'm forgetting my train of thought. Oh, I didn't bonk my head on the ceiling, so I kind of lost where I was going, and then I also ended up falling on a beam. Still not too bad. Backing it up. I probably lost like 10 to 15 seconds though from being pretty slow. So yeah, Web Woods, another difficult level, and definitely people who play this game casually will almost always tell you how much they hate this level because of Animal Buddy here, Splitter, and having to platform over pits while using his web platforms throughout the whole level. I also recently saw a video about someone saying how this is like one of the worst levels in like gaming history because of how long and slow it is and boring. But it's pretty fun in speedruns in my opinion though, because since there's a trick called instant platforms. So if you press both L and R together, for some reason it bypasses the cooldown of pressing like R twice or L twice, and you can create an instant platform underneath you right away instead of like shooting out the platform, then forming the platform, and then needing to jump. Alright, we'll play this part a little safe. Whoops. Alright, so I was gonna do a second damage boost here. So when you're falling after taking damage, then you can end up jumping to you can end up doing a jump in midair. I think there's like a 9-frame window about after you take a hit. So I did it once right after I got the mid barrel, and then I was gonna do it again to go through the level way faster. Then I unintentionally took a hit because the cannon caught me with the cannonball. So I was trying to shoot a web to knock out his cannonball, but then I accidentally jumped too high, shot over him. Whoops. So yeah, Crow 2, another instance of RNG. So where these barrels spawn when we kill the real mini Neki, will cause the barrel to spawn either on the left side of the level, right side, or the middle. So the optimal pattern we want for 3 cycles is middle, right, right. So far I've got left and then middle. On this cycle, on that phase there, you like really don't want to get a left side spawn. It loses like, whoops, it loses the most time like out of the whole fight, like about 2 seconds. So there'll be another bird in your way and it gets really awkward. Alright, so another middle. Oh no! Psych. So yeah, since I lost Diddy during that fight, then I figured I could show off that that fake death when you complete the level. Normally you want to keep Diddy and then swap to Dixie, but oh, I got the instant. Got Diddy back there. So like when you jump on that Clobber, you can and grab the barrel at the same time. You can not have that freeze animation of getting your partner back. That was pretty cool. So now, one of the biggest run killers for most runners, Arctic Zip. Oh, whoops. Oh my god. So I recently oh my god. I recently practiced a faster strat. So, getting, this fish, where you need him in 9 lunges. I'm gonna do the 10 lunge strat, though. Now, since I kept failing a bunch of times. So you swap your Kong in the wall there and take damage, and it makes you zip up to where the goal is. So it took a while, but at least I got it. Normally it saves about 15 seconds if you do it optimally. Or if you do that 10 bait strat, then it saves about 14, I think. So yeah, Windy Well. This level's kind of just like like honest platforming. The wind gimmick of the wind carrying you upwards in a lot of spots. It's pretty much really the only thing to note. You can hold up to like go up faster, or you can hold down to start going upwards slower as well, or hold nothing to go at normal speed. So here I'm going to try and do a damage boost to skip going all the way to the right and then all the way back to the left. Which saves a lot. I think it saves like 5 seconds. And then coming up, there's another trick. I'll try to show it off. It does lose quite a lot of time if I fail it. Ghetto B skip. Rip. Yeah, so the reason it loses a lot of time, if you lose Diddy there, then I need to go back to another level to get Diddy back for the wrong warp coming up in the next level. So my PB, I almost had a 39 run, but I failed that trick and lost like 12 seconds. Like same as right now, basically. So my PB ended up being a 40.7. Alright, so got Diddy back, and now got Castle Crush. So this is the longest auto-scroller pretty much in the whole like DKC series. And yeah, gonna be able to beat it in like 20 seconds if I can get this wrong warp correct. Alright, cool. So, again, using Cutlass properties, and using an invisible object to move that Cutlass and take damage, we're able to Death Warp with the Ramble Barrel and get wrong warped out of the level. So yeah, the auto-scroller itself is like more than 4.5 minutes long, so yeah, like that trick saves like over 4 minutes, pretty much, in this run. There's also like another strat you can do called the Goal Summon, but it's like a minute slower. But, you know, it still saves a lot versus like doing the level worthless, so. Here another strat called Throw Your Girlfriend, so want to throw her into that that invincibility barrel, so that you might be able to get enough time to roll through all of these enemies. Unfortunately, I was a little bit too slow. Bonked the last guy. So now, Chain Link Chamber, there's another wrong warp in this level. what's there to talk about for this one? It's gonna be another Clobber Busting strat. Not this Clobber either, but I do need him to die though. So this Clobber, able to get an invincible object off of him and move the cannon bonus that was over to the right. It was off screen over to the right, so you could move it to the middle and wrong work yourself out of the level. Again, with loading certain things in a certain order. So now we've got Toxic Tower, which is a pretty rough level. So needing to do this trick called Rattly double jumps. So what I'm doing is holding A for the jump charge and then tapping B for an extremely short amount of time. And with that, you're able to get a kind of a glitchy jump state, and you're able to jump again out of it. And then there's another trick I was doing called True Double Jump. So some point after you reach the apex of your jump, then if you hold A and B together, it's like a 3-frame window to hold A and B together, and whoops, and it'll give you the glitchy jump state, but with like a higher jump height, initial jump height, so you can reach places like really high. I didn't actually mention it when I did the top sail wrong one. So the last level before the first boss in World 1. I also did it at the very start of the level, the true double jump. Alright, so not too bad, not too bad. And hardest level in the game. Let's get a DK coin. Or a Prem coin, sorry. So something important to note with the world map. So whenever you complete a world, so normally you automatically get moved over towards the next world in the world map. Except for when you finish World 6 there. So if you forget and you're mashing buttons, you'll re-enter World 6, and that loses a lot of time because you gotta go to Funky's flights and you know, traverse the world map more. So here I did a couple moonwalks to make the screen scroll later. Oh, oops, went a little too high there. And sort of mention. Oh god. Alright, so yeah, I did the race skip. I did take damage though, so this might be a little bit dangerous. So yeah, you can skip the race trigger where you get like the 3, 2, 1, go counter. To reach Screech there. So he's just waiting forever. Still waiting to race his forever rival Squawks over here. So B-ring skip. I was kind of thinking to not do it because I took damage when doing the race skip just now, but whatever, YOLO. At least I live. And assuming that I stayed low height enough, then yeah, okay, I was able to get the fanfare skip there as well. I actually love that race music too, so it's kind of a shame that we have to skip the race in every category. I think it saves like 3 seconds. Yeah, so now we've got K. Rool, so final boss. This fight is like over 3 minutes long, so it's quite a long one. Once you're used to it, it's like a pretty easy fight, but casually, I think it's pretty difficult, like the first time that you play through this fight. And then it's really long, and there's no checkpoints too, so it feels bad when you get like really late into the fight and you're dying and stuff. So to optimize this level, so the only optimizations you can do is when K. Rool starts trying to suck you towards him with his gun, then if you throw the cannonball like right as he starts sucking, then you can you know, save some frames. And yeah, there's a strat called Dustless, where you won't see like any dust particles if you like perfectly throw the gun in there. Which can be risky because if you miss the throw and like hit his body instead, then you might lose that cannonball and have to repeat the cycle that you repeat the cycle that you were on. So you can lose like up to like 25 seconds, depending on the cycle you use. This cycle is extremely long, so it's like this one, if you fail, it's like a 25-second time loss. And I think the final cycle as well, it's like extremely long too. But yeah, for this next cycle, I'll try something for marathon reasons. All right, so got blue Diddy and also got blue Kongs, blue duo. So yeah, for whatever reason, if you team throw and get hit by the ice, then Diddy turns blue. And then if you swap Kongs, then Dixie will get the blue property as well. If I get hit by the other colored smoke, then it'll cancel it out. So gotta dodge. It also loses time to get hit by the red smoke and this purple smoke if you get hit, because K. Rool takes longer to start his attack animation afterwards. I think it loses like 4 seconds if you get hit by the smoke. For the first cycle, it doesn't make a difference though. So yeah, since I'm near the wall, he'll keep trying to get behind me and then suck me in. So with Diddy, you can actually just run straight against the wall and just hold, like, running into the wall the whole time, and you'll never get sucked in. But Dixie's run speed is too slow. Oh, also time when the coin falls on time. I was rambling on a little bit. I forgot to mention when time was. My bad. So I'm gonna guess that run was like a 42 something. Though I wasn't looking at the timer, so I have no idea.
The timer says 41:02.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I guess that run was like deathless, and I got all the wrong words first try. So I guess that makes sense that it was like 41. That's great. Actually, I think that's like the 6th run I've ever had that was deathless in this game. Like I usually die at least once.
Nice.
And second time in this category as a whole for any percent I've had a deathless run. That's pretty cool. And yeah, thanks for the GGs and nice runs, everybody. So yeah, Blueberry coming up next, so I'll see y'all in chat and be hanging out. Oh,
all right. Well,
forgot.
Well, thank you so much.
I forgot that I'd see y'all tomorrow as well for Metroid Fusion.
My bad. You're not done.
Yeah, I forgot for a moment. All right, anyways, take it away.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for doing this run. It was an absolute hoot. Don't go touching that dial. We'll be right back with another Donkey Kong Country run, Donkey Kong Country 3 by Blueberry. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause, pay the bills, run an ad, and when we come back, we'll be getting ready for that. Stay tuned.